Published, 9:49 Eastern Standard Time, the 18th of February 2018. Updated, 18:05 Eastern Standard Time, the 18th of February 2018. It was around 6:30 a.m. on Sunday when Britain's Ice Queen got up after 3 hours of broken sleep. To understand the weird and wonderful tapestry of Lizzy Yarnold's personality, it is necessary to know what she did next. She thought for a while about her 85 miles per hour sled ride to a second Winter Olympics gold medal, and then she started knitting. No patterns because she's never quite grasped the technique, but over an hour or so as the sun came up she did a few loops until she had made a little strip. It was quite calming, she said. I'm not sleeping very well at the moment and I didn't know what to do. So I watched an Australian murder mystery on Netflix and chilled with some knitting. Lizzy Yarnold won her second successive gold medal in the women's skeleton event. The skeleton rider told how she was exhausted after months of training and insomnia. I remember knitting when Amy Williams was going in the World Cup in 2011. I think my position would have switched with her depending on her results, so I was watching the race on my laptop and all I could do was sit there knitting. It's a nice thing. Nan taught me to knit years ago and passed away 2 years ago, so it's a way to feel connected with her. It's just something that stayed with her. So has an interest in lampshade making, and the lessons from an accountancy course, and the binge-watching of Downton Abbey. All of which make up the glorious contradictions in a woman who utterly excels in the bone-jarring madness of skeleton racing. Normal but not normal. Sedate but bonkers. Knitting but planning a second skydive in the near future, because it is an amazing feeling of freedom. By her estimation on Sunday, she is just a girl from Kent, but in any other she is Britain's most decorated Winter Olympian in history, having surpassed the gold and bronze medals of Jane Torvill and Christopher Dean. Yarnold says she is ready to take an extended break from the sport before deciding her future. Simply put, there is nothing typical about the 29-year-old who added a golden hue to Britain's Super Saturday in Pyeongchang. Izzy Atkin and Laura Dess were excellent in the respected bronze medals from slopestyle skiing and the skeleton, but it is Yarnold, yet again, who lends heavyweight credibility to a team that invested £32 million of lottery money in the cause of fighting well here. It remains to be seen if she will ever repeat such heights, because there were noticeably few guarantees offered when the subject of her future arose here. I'll take a break and get back to you. It's less than 24 hours since I finished the last Olympics, she said, but having taken a sabbatical year after Sochi 2014 because of issues with her motivation, it stands to reason the grind of training and travel might no longer appeal after twice scaling the mountain. I feel very motivated today, she said. I feel that I can jump back on the sled. But I'd recommend any athlete to take a break. It's a 4-year cycle and, even though you're desperate to carry on, it's a long time to be at your best. As athletes we don't allow ourselves to be ill or injured. Being human, you need to have ups and downs. It is the ups and downs that make Yarnold's achievements in South Korea so impressive. She had struggled throughout the season and was ranked only 9th in the 2017-18 World Cup campaign, which included a diagnosis for a vestibular disorder that leaves her feeling disorientated at speed. The skeleton equivalent, perhaps, of a skier allergic to snow. I spent this morning knitting. I only do strips because I can't do a pattern. It's too complicated, but she dealt with those problems, just as she got over an instinct to withdraw after Friday's first run. When a chest infection left her struggling to breathe, she looked ready to pass out as she was helped to her feet by support staff, but she got back on it and over the next 3 rounds won the gold. As each minute passes it becomes more of a reality, said Yarnold. There's a whole dream of, if everything goes right, like, if I do this, if I get this corner, if the transfers, if the speed comes, everything will work magically. I guess now it's just a relief that everything did go to plan. Yarnold will chill out after Olympics before acting as a bridesmaid in Laura D's wedding. It did, despite the competition playing out to the complaints of certain rivals over the equipment used by her, Dess and Dom Parsons in the winning of their medals. The issue became moot once their suits and sleds were past legal, but there has been a degree of irritation within Team GB over intimations that their sliders were only in the mix because of their technology. Yarnold rejected the gripes. We've pushed the tech and found out as much as we can, like any nation, she said. But I'd always say the slider has the most impact. Her schedule now includes a holiday of cocktails and chilling with Dess before acting as a bridesmaid in the latter's wedding this summer. There will also be a procession of school visits. My Sochi gold medal was like Frodo's ring with the way children's faces lit up when they saw it, she said. It is important and I think it inspires people. They see videos of me hurtling down the track, just a schoolgirl from Kent, normal. And yet not normal in the slightest. Victory saw the 29-year-old become the first Briton ever to defend a Winter Olympic title. Lizzy Yarnold's triumph in the women's skeleton means Great Britain has now won 11 Winter Olympics golds. Yarnold became the first Briton to defend a Winter Olympics title, repeating her gold medal in Sochi 4 years ago. Here is a complete list of Great Britain Winter Olympics golds. 2018 Pyeongchang, Lizzy Yarnold, skeleton. 2014 Sochi, Lizzy Yarnold, skeleton. 2010 Vancouver, Amy Williams, skeleton. 2002 Salt Lake City, Rona Martin, Debbie Knox, Fiona McDonald, Janice Rankin, curling. 1984 Sarajevo, Jane Torval and Christopher Dean, figure skating, ice dance. 1980 Lake Placid, Robin Cousins, figure skating. 1976 Innsbruck, John Curry, figure skating. 1964 Innsbruck, Robin Dixon and Tony Nash, bobsleigh. 1952 Oslo, Jeanette Altweg, figure skating. 1936 Garmisch-Partenkirchen, Great Britain, Carl Earhart, James Foster, Gordon Dye, Archibald Stinchcombe, Edgar Brenchley, John Coward, James Chappell, Alexander Archer, Jerry Davy, James Borland, Robert Wyman, Jack Kilpatrick, Arthur Child, ice hockey. 1924 Chamonix, William Jackson, Robin Welch, Thomas Murray, Lawrence Jackson, D.G. Lastly, curling.